stages, as indicated, are connected to the program, including an estimated 1.7 million covered workers. The SSNIT scheme provides steady monthly cash benefits to an estimated 220,000 old age and invalidity pensioners, as well as lump sum cash benefits to thousands of bereaved families, mostly widows and orphans. So to the extent that the sustainability of the system that supplies income security cover for older persons is threatened, policymakers and the Parliament of Ghana need to intervene. And for Parliament to intervene, they need to be given the basis of intervention. They need to be equipped with working information, and that clearly sits with the objective of this very engagement. Accordingly, the last two actuarial valuation exercises were carried out for periods ending 31st December 2014 and 31st December 2017 by the International Labour Organization and the SSNIT Actuarial Department. We have to put the discussion in context. What Africa Center for Retirement Research has done is to step back and look at the last two actuarial valuation reports. As indicated, every 3 years, the health of the scheme needs to be examined. So one was conducted, actuarial valuation was conducted in 2014, another one was conducted in 2017. And so we need to actually know what happened, what were the, what did they call it, what were the agreements that were contained in such reports. Now we want to know, ladies and gentlemen, what happened when they conducted the actuarial valuation in 2017 and that of 2014. Examination of the SSNIT scheme's fund ratios and cash flow measures, including income rates, cost rates, and resulting annual balances, proves that the basic national social security scheme is facing medium to long-term sustainability danger. And this is evident in the scheme's last two actuarial assessments. The last two actuarial valuation reports of the SSNIT scheme carried the same opinion in similar wording as follows. This I have to quote. Ladies and gentlemen, what was contained as an actuarial opinion in the 2014 valuation was this. Based on the results of this valuation, we hereby certify that the SSNIT scheme is not financially sustainable over the period covered by the projection in this report. This means that in considering applicable financing rules and the future demographic and economic environment in which it will operate, the current assets of the SSNIT scheme, together with future contributions, will not be sufficient to pay all future benefits and administrative and operational expenses over the period covered by the projection in this report. This is what was contained in the 20 valuation report. The statement gives an indication that the trust funds on which Social Security relies to pay benefits have been running low and seeks to serve a warning about what might happen, even in a good economy, if recommendations relating particularly to reviewing contribution rates, benefit provision, and risk reduction strategies are not considered and implemented by the stakeholders concerned. This is the difference. The 2014 assessment did not only certify that the scheme was not financially sustainable over the projection period, it also projected that the fund reserves were set to deplete in 2042. That is what was contained in the 2014 actuarial valuation report, that the scheme was not sustainable and it was set for depletion in 2042. 3 years later, that was in the 2017 actuarial valuation, it was predicted that no, even though in 2014 it was predicted that the scheme was set to deplete in 2042, this time it was predicted that the scheme assets were set for depletion in 2037. That is 5 years earlier than predicted in 2014. What this means is that if Parliament, policymakers, and stakeholders do not undertake the necessary steps to address the imbalance in Social Security finances through legislative reforms, the trust funds are unable to pay full scheduled benefits on timely basis in 2037. It is instructive to note, ladies and gentlemen, that an acceleration of reserve depletion date by 5 years between two successive valuations is significant, and it simply illustrates the depth of mismatch that exists between the scheme's assets and liabilities. Whereas in 2014, we had 27 years to figure out how to avoid reserve depletion and imminent collapse of the scheme, that number has dropped to 19 years as at the end of 2017. That is within just a space of 3 years. We have seen what has happened for the period 2018 and 2020. That is what is going to constitute the next actual valuation period. The, what do they call it? The opinion that you have seen in there is being informed by expenditure and income dynamics. And I'm saying that we have seen the income expenditure dynamics for the period 2018 to 2020. So basically, based on that, we can predict how the next actual valuation report is going to look like.